What's the word? What's the word? What's the word, man? What's good? Fix my cam. What's going on with y'all, man? Hope that it stays straight. What's good with y'all? We're gonna let some people fill in real quick, though. We're gonna let some people fill in real quick, though. We're gonna let people fill in. Y'all know what I do. Y'all know how I do. What's good, Khalid? What's the word? Reese, what's going on? We're gonna let some people fill in. Make sure y'all hitting that like button for your boy, man. Make sure y'all hitting that like button on the way in. Y'all know I'm gonna let some people fill in here real quick. I need to readjust my little thing, but we'll just let it be for right now. I need to get one of them ones that sit on the dashboard. My connection underwater. Damn. Said my connection bad. If my connection bad, we'll just postpone it for real. If my connection bad, I could just postpone this, to be honest. Connection janky. Shit. See, that's why I don't go live on the phone, bro. That's why I don't like going live on the janky. We'll just push it back. We good now? All right, as long as y'all can hear me, we good. It'll probably clear up in a minute. But all right, for sure. So past few weeks, I'll say the past, 2.5 to 3.5 weeks, right? I've been actually watching some manosphere content, like real deal manosphere content. Now, I had never really watched like true manosphere content before, just because I've never really been on that side of YouTube. I watch to support certain guys who may have been affiliated with the manosphere, the black manosphere in particular, but I've never really watched like true manosphere content. So for the first time, I've been watching some manosphere content, and it's been very weird, to say the least, bro. Like, very disappointing, very odd. A lot of strange behavior that I've been hearing going on with a lot of these grown men. A lot of sus behavior. No, not the white dudes. I'm talking about the black manosphere. I should have been specific. The black manosphere I've been watching for the past few weeks. I've been hearing a lot of sus ass shit coming out of these dudes' mouths, bro. A lot of sus ass shit. And when I say sus, I don't mean just like, like sus as in like homo. I mean sus like real pedo vibes coming from some of these dudes, bro. Some real pedo vibes coming from some of these dudes. Now, what do I mean by that? When I say pedo vibes, I mean a lot of these dudes that's like late 30s, 40s, 50 years old, talking about, the prime age for a female is like 18 to 23. And they hit the wall at like 24, 25, 26, or like 20 years old. Let me just handhold this thing so y'all can see me. So I don't gotta keep readjusting. I've been seeing a lot of these dudes that's like 40 years old talking about the prime age for a girl try to grow out of that, because it came from hearing. It's just strange. I'm like, hit the wall at 26 or 27. I don't know about y'all, right? I don't know about y'all, but for me, the older black women who I've hung around, they're not hung around, but been around my life, have looked good their entire lives. And I know that's probably some kind of bias, because of that's just the kind of women I've been around. Like, for example, my own family, right? my own family, I have really good genes on my mama's side. Like, we have really good genes and they all look young. Like, for example, my mom is 55, right? My mom is 55. But when I was growing up, my friends used to always ask, like, how was it growing up with a teen mom? Or like, how was it growing up when you and your mom were so close in age? Because dudes thought my mom was like in her, late 30s. But my mama 55. And that goes for the rest of my family. Like my auntie, she just turned 68. I would never think she's above 45. My other 68-year-old cousin is getting, so that's a bias for me. So like when I hear dudes say that black women hit the wall at like 27, I'm at a loss for words, because I've never been around, really old looking black are really old and elderly. If they in their 70s or 80s, that's different. But in my experience, I've never seen that. So that's weird thing number one. Maybe my experience is a huge factor in this. But the second thing is, I'm 20, right? I've said this already. I'm 20 years old. I can barely vibe with an 18-year-old girl strictly based off the difference in maturity alone. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm some old wise ass nigga, but I've lived a little bit more life than a regular 20-year-old, so I'm more mature than a normal 20-year-old, but I could barely vibe with an 18-year-old myself, because it's just a difference in maturity, bro. That they act like 15-year-olds. You know what I'm saying? Your average 18-year-old girl acts like she's still in high school. So I can barely even deal with most 18-year-old girls or 19-year-olds, because it's too much of a difference. Because it's like messing with a child, right? It's like messing with a kid. It's always happened, bro. We back. Press on one if we back. I know I hit a dead spot. Press on one if we back. If we back, press one. If we back, press one. I hit a dead spot for a minute. One. All right, we back. Okay, cool. So when I hear a dude in his 40s or his 50s say, the prime age for a female is 18 to 25 or 24, I'm like, okay, either something is mentally wrong with him to where his maturity level is of, a 25-year-old man, or it's some kind of pedo vibe going on. You know what I'm saying? There's some kind of pedo vibe going on. Now, it's different if a dude is like late 20s, early 30s, even I could give a dude mid 30s. You know what I'm saying? Or even if a dude is like early 40s and a chick is like 28, 27, that makes sense to me, because, more than likely at that point, once you get to like late 20s, she gonna be a grown-ass woman. But early 20s, bro, late teens, dog, that is a girl, bro. Like, that is a girl. That is a girl, bro. Like, let's quit playing games, my nigga. Like, that's a girl, dog. Let me say it again, bro. A 18-year-old female is a girl, bro. That is a girl. That is weird to me, bro. And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this too. Now, I know it's this myth. It's this myth going around. Well, since I've been going around that, like 18-year-old girls, and I don't know where they got that from, but that's like some of the biggest load of bullshit I've ever heard in my life, bro. I'ma just be real. You know what I'm saying? I'ma just be real. Chicks in my age range are not attracted to older men, bro. Like, I don't know where they got that from, unless it's on a basis of, catching a bag, in the lick. You know, that's the only time I've ever heard a chick in my age range ever be quote unquote attracted to an older dude, is if, oh, it looked like he got money. You know, it looked like he got money. He looked rich. I ain't never heard one of my lady friends or an acquaintance I know who's a woman go, oh, he 45. He looked like he got his life together. He looks sexy. I have never heard come out of a chick mouth. But let me not say never, because it does happen, but it's very rare. It's for your dudes like your Idris Elbas or your Denzel Washingtons. They'll say they look sexy, but other than that, like, that doesn't happen, bro. That doesn't happen. And let me tell you something. I know some very grimy females. You know, I know some very grimy females. And I know some actual hoes. Like, I'm gonna just say that, bro. I'm gonna just say I know some actual hoes. Whenever I've heard them talk about getting with an older dude, it's always just for the bag, bro. It's always just for the bag. It's not because he got his life together and that's sexy. It's not because, whatever these dudes be, it's not because she never said, oh, he never hits the wall. Oh, he's got his life together. No, it's to catch a bag, bro. That's the only time I've ever heard a chick in my age range ever talk about getting with an older dude, bro. Because I've heard some stories of some chicks, not just heard some stories, but have been told some stories and been shown some stories of, yeah, they might find some old dude to be their sugar daddy. You know what I'm saying? They might find some old dude to be their sugar daddy, but they ain't finding no older dude because they think he's sexy and they're sexually attracted to him. That's such a rare occasion, bro. That's such a rare occasion, bro. That does not happen to just any dude. You have to be select of the select for that to happen to you. Now, let me give you an example. I've told y'all multiple times about my own dad. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell y'all, I've told y'all multiple times about my own pops. You know what I'm saying? Now, my pops is an example of the select of the select, right? Because my pops is 54. And I've told y'all numerous stories about when we go somewhere like a bar or a restaurant. In fact, I told y'all this one story before about this restaurant back in my city where they only really hire like high school girls and like college girls. Like, they only hire fine looking, really young staff. So from my high school, a lot of the chicks in my high school worked at this particular restaurant. You know, it's a little restaurant / grill and bar place, you know what I'm saying? And I've told y'all before about how me and my dad would go there, and the little girls that's, you know, that went to my high school, or the chicks I went to high school with, and they like 20 or 21 now, they would find my dad very attractive. They would find my dad, you know, and my dad don't look like he got money. Like, let's be honest, my dad purposely dresses in a way where he looks, you know, very modest. My dad dresses very modestly. He don't look like he got no money. My dad is just really good at making people feel good. You know what I'm saying? He's really good at just uplifting people's spirits, you know, whether it's a woman, whether it's a man. My dad is just that kind of dude. And so when we would go out, we would go to these bars or these bar and grills, and the staff is 18-year-olds or 25-year-olds, and they would be flirting with my dad. They'd be giving my pops free drinks. They'd be asking my pops for his phone number. Not me, but my pops, you know what I'm saying? And the thing is, my pops is 54, bro. He would never accept, he would never flirt back, he would never do nothing back. He would just be cool, bro. Like, cause he's 50-fucking-4. He's a grown-ass man, a grown-ass man. And these are girls. You know what I'm saying? These are girls. And so he's told me numerous times, like, that's a girl, bro. Like, that's for you, not for me. That's for you, son, not for me. They flirting with me, but they for you. You know what I'm saying? Because my dad is 54 years old. What does he look like flirting with an 18-year-old? You know what I'm saying? Or a 20-year-old? Or taking the number of a 20-year-old girl, bro. Like, he know that's odd. It's a difference in mentality, bro. It's a difference in maturity. It's these dudes. I feel like a lot of these dudes are the kind of dudes who, if they were to randomly lower the age of consent to like 16 or 15, and these dudes would be trying to go for 16 and 17 and 15-year-olds. Talking about, well, it's legal. You know, it's legal, so she fair game. When really, you just a weird-ass pedophile-ass nigga, because that's a kid you messing with. That's a kid when it comes to mentality, bro. I understand that the legal age of consent is 18, 17 in some states, but that's a child you're talking to, bro. And I know I've heard a lot of them argue the point of, like, you know, well, you know, 50 years ago or 80 years ago or centuries ago, you know, women would get married at 15 or 16, or they would get married at 13 or whatever the case may be. But that's a whole different story, because we live in a whole different time period right now. People got married at 15 and 16 because people died way earlier back then. You know, mortality rates were much greater back then. People died way earlier than they did back then, so they had to get started at life much earlier than we did, you know, and values were different. Everybody got married back then, and when you got married, it meant you got married and started a family, and a lot of them stayed married for, you know, 20, 30. Type one in the chat if we back on. Type of one in the chat if we back on, man. I hit a little dead spot. One. All right, appreciate y'all. Okay, so yeah, back to what I was saying. You know, in 1925, when an 18-year-old boy would marry a 14-year-old girl organized by their family, that was different, because getting married back then was a lot different than it means now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of dudes now, niggas be 42 trying to marry a 21-year-old just for some pussy, bro. Like, that's weird to me, dog. That's very softcore pedophilia to me, bro. Because that's a girl. That is a girl, bro. Let me tell you, I'm in college. I'm around 17 to 23, 24-year-old chicks all the time. I know how they act. Now, granted, I know some 20-year-old, 21-year-old girls who I would consider, you know, young women. You know, they, for whatever reason, the way they grew up, where they was raised, well, not for whatever reason, we know the reasons why, but a lot of them are just, they just happen to be much more mature than most. You know, I know some very mature 21-year-old, you know, young ladies. But for the vast majority, a lot of them act like 15-year-old girls, bro. Let's just be honest. And I know we say that girls mature faster, but that's only in, you know, social aspects and emotional aspects of life. You know, chicks, they do mature quicker up to a certain age. You know, now when we talking about puberty and adolescence, yeah, your average 15-year-old girl is going to be more mature than your average 15-year-old boy. But once you start hitting adulthood, you know, like 20, 22, 25, males mature faster than females do at that stage in life. You know what I'm saying? And we could talk about why, but that'll be a whole different live stream in itself. So at this point in my life, you know, I'm in college. Most guys are more mature than the girls. Let's just be honest. It was different in high school. It was different in middle school. But in college, bro, most of the dudes are more mature than the chicks. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying all that to say why I think it's so goddamn weird that a 45-year-old man will be talking about that a chick hits the wall at 26 years old. You know, now that might fall for like some white chicks or something, you know, because they age much faster than black people do. But like I said, you know, my bias is my experience. I've rarely ever seen a 30-year-old black woman who just looks old as fuck, bro. I've rarely ever seen that, if ever, dog. Like, all this wall shit at 26, 27, I can't relate to that. I don't understand it. You know, that's just me, bro. I don't understand it. You know, maybe I'll understand it when I'm older, but right now, bro, I don't understand that shit, bro. Like I just told y'all, my 68-year-old cousin is getting married, bro. Black King says, bro, this is pandering. Why are you lowering men's standards? Well, bro, I mean, I'm not lowering nigga standards. I'm just asking why do grown ass men want to fuck with girls, bro? That if that's lowering men's standards, then you just a fucking weirdo, bro. I'ma just be real. If me asking why grown niggas want to fuck with 18-year-old girls is pandering, then you can go listen to somebody else, bro. I'm just questioning pedo vibes. You know, I'm just questioning pedo vibes. You feel me? I'm not accusing niggas of pedophilia. I would never do that. I'm just bringing up, to me, it gives off pedo vibes. It gives off softcore pedophilia vibes. So if that's pandering, you can unsubscribe and block my show, because to me, you a weird ass nigga. If this sounds like pandering to you, I'ma just be real. You know what I'm saying? Now back to this wall shit. All right, we back now. I seen somebody say a comment that I really agree with. My boy French, he says some dudes use this wall thing because they can't get any, so it makes them feel better to say it all the time. I wholeheartedly agree with that. Because in my mind, and we've been saying this since I was like in high school. We've been saying this. All right, we back. I'm sick that shit keep happening, bro. That shit annoying as hell. That's why I don't live stream in the car often. But I had a long ride ahead of me, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just try it. But back to what I was saying. We used to say this all the time in high school, bro. Because if you went to high school in an urban city, or urban neighborhood rather, then you probably 9 times out of 10 used to see, you know, older dudes coming picking up your classmates. You know what I'm saying? 25-year-old dudes picking up your sophomore classmates, or your junior classmates, or your senior classmates. We was saying this back in high school, bro. The older dudes coming back to the high school to pick up the girls, bro. Them niggas are weird, because why are you not messing with chicks your own age? Why are you not messing with chicks your own age? So now, just like French said, a lot of dudes use that wall shit as an excuse because they can't get women their own age bracket. I wholeheartedly agree. Because to me, if you 45, why would you not want a woman who is at least 30, 32, 35? As a 45-year-old man, what are you going to be doing with 18-year-old, a 20-year-old? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing, bro? You know, now, I mean, there's some exceptions to the rule, of course. I'm sure there's... Hey, I keep breaking up, bro. But, exceptions to the rule, but for the most part, bro, we've been saying that since high school, before we ever heard of any of this manosphere, any of this wall, any of this red pill, whatever the case. We've been saying this since we was 14, 15, bro. The older dudes coming to mess with younger girls are weird as fuck, because why aren't they messing with chicks in their own age range? You know what I'm saying? For example, my prom date in high school, her boyfriend was like 23 or 24. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, my prom date in high school, bro, her boyfriend was like 23 or 24. And they had been together for like 3-4 years. So he had graduated when we was like sophomores or some shit like that. And he was still messing with her when she was, you know, a sophomore, and he was like 21 and then going on. And we all thought that nigga was weird, because why not mess with a chick who goes to college with you? Or why not mess with a chick that's a little older than you? Or my nigga, if you 24, I mean, why not mess with a chick that's in college, bro? Like, we always thought that shit was strange. So it hasn't changed now that I'm a little bit older now. I still think that a way older nigga messing with a way younger chick is weird as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, understand me, bro. If the woman is a grown-ass woman, then she can make her own mind up, bro. Like, if a chick is 35 and she want to get with a 60-year-old man, go ahead, sis, bro. You done lived life. You grown as hell. Do whatever you want. But for a 18-year-old chick to be with a 45-year-old dude is just weird to me. And you not gonna change my mind. You know, I understand it's legal. I understand, you know, it's not nothing against, it's not illegal, it's not a crime. I understand all that, but you're not about to change my mind from thinking that a 18-year-old is a grown-ass woman who you can even vibe with on a human level. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. And I mean, let's be real. A lot of these manosphere dudes are very immature, and they have the minds. They still have their same mindset from when they was in high school. You know what I mean? Let's just get that out of the way. A lot of these niggas are immature. They can't handle grown-ass man can. So when you 35, but you still got your same mindset from when you was 18, that's why you will want an 18-year-old girl or a 21-year-old chick, because you still got your same mindset from when you was 18. And I say that because you can hear it when these dudes talk. You know, when I've been listening to this manosphere content for the past couple weeks for the first time ever, all I hear about these dudes talk about is a lot of shit from high school. Like how all these black women only want to date bad boys, and they only want the tall niggas, and they only want the drug. I'm like, bro, that's from when we was 16, bro. Like, yeah, when we was 16, yeah, all the chicks did want the tall niggas or the drug dealers or the gangsters. And like, yeah, when we was 14, the chicks did want the bad boys. But nigga, even I'm 20 now. I'm still young as hell, bro. And someone in the chat said, most successful men date mid-20s. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Look at Jeff Bezos' wife. Look at his ex-wife, and then look at his new woman. His new woman and his ex-wife, very far from 20, mid-20s. The women he was messing with were his own age. Look at Bill Gates. Woman he messed with, his own age, bro. The most successful men do not date chicks in their mid-20s, because the most successful men understand the importance of having a competent woman behind you. You know what I'm saying? The most successful men understand just how much a woman who is an adult and mature, and you can show her how to do something, or she can bring something to your table, skills that she's learned throughout life, can advance your fortune. I'm gonna just be honest. I know some niggas who come from like maybe that manosphere space or that red pill space might disagree, but I mean, that's just the facts. You know what I'm saying? The most successful men understand, if I have this immature, dumb, young and stupid 18-year-old in my house just taking up space and taking up money, that's not advancing my fortune. That's working backwards. You know what I'm saying? We can't compare black men to Bill Gates. I'm not comparing black men to Bill Gates. I'm comparing men who want to talk to 18-year-olds to men who want to talk to women their own age. That's what I'm talking about. I only used black men as an example because that's the example I was using about the whole high school shit. But I mean, anyway, I mean, let's just be real. If you have the brain, okay, you right. Big facts. A lot of them billionaires on that Jeffrey Epstein tip too. We ain't got to talk about all that, but you right. But in the public eye, you know what I'm saying, the women who they marry and things like that are not 18-year-olds and 20-year-olds. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, when we talking behind the scenes, and you know, Bohemian Grove. We ain't got to talk about all that. Them niggas are weird as fuck, but you know, I'm talking about in the public eye. You know what I'm saying? And even your non-elite successful men, your non-elite successful men who actually want to increase their fortune, they don't fuck with girls, bro. I mean, let's just be real. They don't. Now, like I said, there's exceptions to the rule. Some of them do. You know, some of them do. But I mean, let's think about the relationship that they have with these girls. You know, now if a man is completely fine with being used as a lick, being used as a bag, then that's fine, bro. Live your life. You know what I'm saying? If you 45 and you know that the 20-year-old you with is only with you because you have money and you have a lifestyle that she couldn't get from some other dude, then that's fine if you understand that. But the myth going around that 20-year-old chicks are sexually attracted to 45-year-olds and 55-year-olds, I'm trying to understand, like, where do you get the audacity to share this kind of bullshit, bro? Because it's just not true. It's just not. It's just not. You feel me? Like I said, there are exceptions. Idris Elba, I've heard plenty chicks in my age range say Idris Elba is sexy, or a Denzel Washington, or like I told y'all, I've watched chicks I went to high school with flirt in my dad's face. But those are exceptions to the rule. Like I said, if a dude is understanding and accepting and happy with him being 50 and the 22-year-old he has, he knows she's just with him for the money, I understand, bro. Live your life. If you happy with that and you know she don't want to have sex with you, you know she don't want to be giving you head, you know she don't want to be fucking you, she would rather be with some dude her own age or, you know, maybe a little bit younger, and you happy with that, live your life. But if you under the misconception that 18-year-olds are sexually attracted to 50-year-old niggas who have their life together, you gotta fix that, bro. That's you've bought into this bullshit that some of these manosphere niggas will tell you that's just not true. You know what I'm saying? And with the whole wall shit that men don't hit the wall, that's a bunch of bullshit too. I mean, let's put our thinking caps on, nigga, for 3 seconds. Let's just use our brains. In what planet do men not hit the wall? You know what I'm saying? What planet do men not hit the wall? And then they'll tell you, which is true, that if you take care of yourself, you maintain your health, you stay in the gym, you stay exercising, you stay treating your body right, then that wall will be pushed back. And that is 100% true. That's the same with women, though, which is the part that I don't understand, because they try to make it seem like, oh, you know, whatever, no matter what a woman does, once she hits 25, wall. I'm like, nigga, that shit is untrue as fuck, bro. That shit is untrue as fuck, bro. And I hear old women thinking they 22. Or not 22, but 27, I mean. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, nigga, my 68-year-old cousin is getting married. Tell her she hit the wall, nigga. Tell her she hit the wall at 68, about to get married. You know what I'm saying? Tell her she hit the wall. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, bro, a lot of this shit is just a bunch of bullshit that niggas made up, because I'ma just keep it a buck. You know, I'ma just keep it real for a second. I'm about to go. I gotta go in and do something real quick. Press a 1 in the chat if I were to dip out for 10 minutes and y'all want me to keep continuing the live on my ride back. You know what I'm saying? I just gotta do something real quick, and then I got a 45-minute drive back. So type a 1 in the chat if you will hop back on and want to continue this conversation. You know what I'm saying? All right, we got ones. Okay, so when I go in and do what I got to do and come back out, it's only going to be like 10 minutes or less. We going to hop back on the live. But I'm going to keep it a buck. I think this is the last thing I'm going to say before I do what I got to do, and then come back, and then we'll talk about it on the way back. But this is going to hurt a lot of niggas in the chest. We gonna cave some niggas' chests in, bro. A lot of men, especially black men, right? A lot of men, especially black men, are very intimidated by a competent woman. Let's just be honest. That's gonna cave some niggas' chest in. I'm lagging? Damn. I'm lagging? Shit. Well, I'll just keep it right there. When I come back, we'll talk about it. But let's just be real. That's gonna cave some niggas' chest in. You know, and it's only gonna hurt the niggas who know it's true. You know, that's one of the things where if it's apply, let it fly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know some older men who understand that. And because they know it, but they know it's not them, they don't have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? They're the ones that'll tell you a lot of older men are intimidated by competent women. But since they know that's not them, they not getting triggered. But the niggas who get triggered are the ones who is true about. You know what I'm saying? And that's relevant for a lot of these, for a lot of these conversations with the women in the spaces, right? You know, a lot of these chicks who talk about you know, incompetent ass niggas, or, you know, how horrible a lot of black men are. It's like, if that's not you, then you understand what they saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I hear some women talk about, and what they saying is true. They ain't talk about me. They ain't talk about the circle that I hang with. They talking about the niggas who are niggas, bro. So that's the same thing with this. A lot of men are intimidated by competent women, bro. Let's just be honest. A lot of men are intimidated by competent women. Why is that? Because a lot of dudes just don't know how to be a man, bro. I mean, let's just be real. A lot of dudes just don't know how to be a man. So when you don't know how to be a man, of course, you're not going to know how to really deal with a woman and be able to use the things she can bring to the table to benefit you and both of y'all. They not going to be able to handle knowing how to use what she brings to the table to build something. So that's why they would rather have, you know, an 18-year-old chick or a 20-year-old chick who really can't bring shit to the table, and they just have them there. You know what I'm saying? They just have them there like as a trophy wife, because they know if they got a competent woman who's a little bit older, they wouldn't be able to do nothing with it. You know what I'm saying? I think when I was surfing through the content, I think I heard Donovan Sharp say that, which I you know, respected him for, because he put some light on that conversation. He said something like, I think Donovan Sharp's I don't know if it's a wife or a girlfriend, but I think she's somewhere in mid-30s or something, right? I think he said she like 35 or 36 or something. And I think Donovan Sharp is like early 40s or late 30s. I don't know. I don't really know how old he is, but he said something about how he got an older woman. For one, she has more skin in the game, more maturity, so it'll be easier to teach her how to benefit the both of them. And just because she has more competence, she has more understanding of life, she has more understanding of the seriousness of real life. So it was easier for him to introduce her to things and use the things she can bring to the table to benefit them and to benefit him as well. You know what I'm saying? And that's the 100% truth. Someone said something, age is not indicator of competent woman. I agree. Age is not an indicator of competence or maturity. You know, that's why I said earlier in the live stream, I know very few, but I know some very mature 21-year-old, 20. I know some of them, but for the vast majority of 18 to 24-year-olds, most of them still act like they 15, 16, 17, bro. Most of them are still girls in their head. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, let's just be honest. A lot of dudes want girls. I'm gonna just say it like that, bro. I'm gonna just say they want girls. Getting rich, and, you know, chasing your own bag and building your own empire, you working backwards by getting you some young ass girl who don't know nothing about nothing, who don't even know how serious real life is. In their 40s, I think it could work healthy relationships. I mean, like I said, I'm sure there's some exceptions to the rule. I'm sure there are some exceptions to the rule. You know, I don't like talking in absolutes. And when I do, I make sure to try to correct myself. You know, so like I said earlier, I'm not saying that any relationship where a dude is 40 and a chick is 21 is some weirdo shit. There are exceptions to the rule, I'm sure. But I'm saying in general, a lot of that is just some weirdo shit. Either one is weirdo shit, or two, the man is just accepting and happy with the situation that they have, where she doesn't actually sexually desire him, but she's with him for the bag and he's okay with that. That's very common too, which I said, if he know that and he happy with that, that's cool with me. You know what I'm saying? I always say, bro, I don't give a fuck what a dude do with his money. If you want to trick it off, trick it off. You know what I'm saying? You want to trick off your bread, trick off your bread. So if a dude is 50 and he got a 22-year-old and he could look me in my eyes and say, yeah, I know she's using me for money. I know she's using me for a bag. Hey, bro, respect. At least you honest. At least you honest with yourself. You got what you want. If you was 50 and you wanted a 22-year-old and you knew, hey, bro, I could just give her some weekly allowance and she'll stick around. Hey, bro, do you. Do you, my nigga. But don't buy into the lie that all these 20-year-old chicks are just sexually attracted to niggas just because they have their life together. No. Who you were as a man, all of that still matters, bro. All of that still matters. The vast majority of dudes, once they hit 40, are not looking good. You know what I'm saying? Some do. The vast majority of dudes, and that's the same with women, bro. The vast majority of men and women, once they hit like that 30, 35-ish range, a lot of them just start, you know, just start slacking, bro. Not looking good no more. And so that's why I think it's a dangerous message to send out to young dudes, saying that, bro, just grind out your 20s and 30s, and when you turn 40, all the young girls are gonna come flocking. Because it's just untrue. You know what I'm saying? It's just untrue. If it was true, it would be more, well, let me not say that. That's not true. I was about to say, if it was true, it'd be more 40-year-old niggas with 18-year-olds, but that's not true, because most 40-year-old men don't even have the patience to deal with some chick that's 18, because it's two whole completely different playing fields. You know what I'm saying? So that's not even true. Can you attract young girls when you older if you know, stay in shape and look good? Yeah, you can attract them. I already told you about my own pops. But would you even want to deal with them? If you're maturing at the way you should be maturing, if you're gaining wisdom at the way you should be gaining wisdom, if you're trying to build your empire at a decent rate, you will want to work forwards, not backwards. You will want to bring on an asset, not a liability. You will want to bring on somebody who knows how serious life is, who has maturity, who has a higher level of competence. You wouldn't want somebody who fresh out of high school, don't know nothing about life, don't know nothing about nothing, immature as hell, goofy as hell, silly as hell. Let's just be honest. Now, I'm going to go in and do what I got to do. It's only going to take me like 10 minutes or less. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to keep talking, because I actually got a lot to say about this topic. So I'm going to go do what I